Hello.
Hi,
How,
everyone.
how are you guys? I don't know about you, but I'm stoked to be here.
We were
This
going to stand up today. Remember, we were talking about it yesterday to get the energy flowing. So if you're there and you want to stand up and shake it out. Feel
shake it out.
good.
Remind me tomorrow to set myself up to stand.
Yeah, I will. I'll remind you in the morning. Hi.
Hi, everyone. We're excited that you guys are here. We are loving hearing from you in the group. And we're diving into, I'm Cindy Olin, love and relationship expert. I help women to attract and keep lasting love. And we're really excited to pop in today and dive a little deeper. It's like we started and now we're just going to go deeper and deeper and deeper every day to support you on that next level of creating what you desire to create this week. Did you set your intentions?
Yeah. Yes. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. What she said.
Yes. So we were talking about it before the call today or before this video. So hi, everyone. I'm Missy Strasner. I help women get to their next level in business and life and create the business impact, influence, and income that they desire, and helping them overcome their blocks to really break their glass ceilings and limiting beliefs to have what they desire. And we were talking about it this morning because we were looking in the Facebook group and noticing that no one posted the video yesterday about our invitation on day one to have, making a powerful decision on what you want to create for this 7 days in your love life and with your business, and declaring it, putting it out there, making a decision and sharing it, and that sharing it is the invitation to put it out there in the universe, to put it out there for us, to put it out there in the universe, to have other people be able to hold your vision and support you to make it happen, and to have an environment that supports you to set yourself up to win. So it's not you being the lone wolf over there saying that you want to create this next level stuff that does not just happen. And it definitely does not just happen if you're not setting yourself up to win and using, the masculine structure as essentially, or like the part that needs to happen of systems and structure in order for you to flow and create and invite. So we're like, we don't want to make you wrong about it. It's never about being wrong. It's about what's getting in the way, which is a lot of what we'll talk about today, which is intention and reflection. And so I just want to, bring it to your attention of, you signed up for something, to be present for something, right? There's something that drove you to be involved in this next level of your feminine mastery, of your next level with your love life. I've read, thank you so much for those of you who filled out the questions, but a lot of you are craving love in your life and your next level of money and abundance, and learning how to shape shift your relationship with that. So there was something that drew you in the messaging or the big promise that got you here in the first place. And then there's something that got in the way from you from playing. And so it's just a good opportunity to have this, reflection of, all right, what's getting distracted for what I want in two of the most important aspects of my life, right? So it's love and money, or love and business, love purpose, love impact are the things that we as women really are the most pillars, they're pillars in our life. And everybody wants love, and everyone wants to create. I will say everyone, my experience of everyone that has ever worked with me as a client, any of my friends that I've ever met, want to live in abundance and want to have an abundance mindset and want to create and want to be feminine powerhouses, and have the freedom and flexibility to do what they want. And they want love. We all want love. And so it's just an opportunity to say, what's getting in your way? And Cindy, if you want to speak into the leadership component about it, and not
Yeah.
being wrong.
Exactly. So something that I know, if you're if you were thinking about it, most people think about it, oh, I should post this video. And then it's easy to get distracted, or you have other things going on, or you're pausing maybe because you're looking for somebody else to post a video first. So, my invitation to you is to be that leader, because by you posting because I think some people have posted what their intentions are, what they want to create this week. If you shoot it in a quick video, that's going to alchemize it even more. And we get to hold you accountable in this container. And when you lead, oftentimes you're sharing something, or even proposing a question. If you propose a question in the group, or you share something, it's something that other women have on their mind. And when you do that and you allow yourself to do that, then what shifts is you open yourself up, and a you are a container and a leader for other people to follow, which is super powerful too. Um, and so I would invite you to shoot that video, post it in the group. You're in a safe space. It's only going to be here. And we all want to love on you and support you and help you go to that next level of growth and possibility in your love and your money. I've seen a lot of people that really want to create a loving, deeply connected relationship. And a lot of times, why we can't, why we're craving it and why we can't connect to it is because we're not going there ourselves. We're not getting to the deeper levels of love and support. And a lot of times, too, we get so used to just living life. And it's good to be happy being single. It's good to be happy where you're at, because that just attracts more. But if you're happy and you're like, I'm happy, there's an I'm happy, and then there's I'm happy and I'm ready to receive more.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
it's opening yourself up to that, and noticing, what is my energy like? Am I invitational? I get women asking me all the time, well, how do I meet men not online? Easy thing to do: walk outside your door, go to the grocery store, take off your mask, um, and smile and look at people in their eyes. Look at a man that you're not even interested in, and smile really big and just lock eyes. A
Mm.
lot of times I'll say say one Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi to yourself. I guarantee you, most of the time, that man will approach you, single or not. And he'll just say, I have to say, I'm married, but you just have the most beautiful smile and you're just so approachable. Men are also afraid to approach women too, because they don't want to offend you, and they want you to feel safe, because they know that safety is important to you. So, my invitation is to open yourself up to doing that. And as women, oftentimes we look for permission to be feminine, to be in flow, and to be open. So if a man says something that we don't want to hear, we will oftentimes turn off our femininity like it is a faucet. Oh, I don't like that. I'm going to shut down. Oh, he said this. So my assumption is he meant he's not interested, or, whatever it is, will take it as a rejection rather than something that can be great and just being in flow. It's like, I know I've shared this before, but it's like a man that only opens doors for a woman that he's on a date with that he has a potential to sleep with. It's like a man not helping out a woman that might need, support with a big, box, loading it into her car or something. It's like that. And you wouldn't like that very much, would you? But
Mhm.
we oftentimes will shut down based on what we hear, what we don't hear. And that's you looking for permission to be feminine. So if you can be open and in flow and connective and not worrying what someone does in front of you, that is the key to the energy, you being open to receive what it is you desire,
Mm.
right? That's
Mm.
the key. And, I can cite more examples on that later, but I think you guys get the point. It's like, chatting, like, just sharing random things off the top of your head. Like, um, I just, I I always feel tired when I walk barefoot on the beach. Does that happen to you too? Um, and I don't know if there's something to that energy on the sand. Have you heard of that before? Just a random topic. I started watching the Harry Potter series last weekend, and that thing is long. Have you ever watched it and actually done that, read the books? But it's just like if you're open and just creating connection, you're being that woman that creates connection no matter what, and you're interested in what other people have to say. It's not just about you, it's not just about how he's showing up for you, which is in turn narcissistic.
Mm.
And a lot of narcissism is a huge buzzword, and we can all be a little bit narcissistic, but I've seen this a lot in our world and our society. Oh, if he doesn't show up this way, then it's not right for me, or I feel bad, or I make him wrong, or I work to try to get him to show up, when that couldn't be further from the truth, because what that does is it neutralizes attraction, and it it says to a man unconsciously, I don't need to move towards her. It takes away his hunter instinct. It takes that away. So um so go ahead, Missy.
Mm.
I'll let you speak into the next part, and then
Yeah.
I'll.
That's a lot to process. I'm just listening, and what I'm hearing is, yeah, I think what I'm hearing, just, and I'll follow up on it, is about creating. That's the word I kept. Creating connection is like the
Mhm.
takeaway, and being responsible to create connection. And that came up in meditation for me this morning, of like, create her, create her, create her, create her. And I kept like thinking about the words, but I think, yeah, I think in terms of with men, or with things in life, having this, like, this energy, and even in your body, of just like flow versus like this rigidness. And I could relate to, or just like the shutting down, or like just like strong. We get to have both.
Mhm.
um But when you're feeling that, when you hear something and you're taking it, interpreting it, and I could identify that with rejection, I just shut down. I can just feel myself tighten up, and like I have to like literally be like practicing a movement that gets me physically, it changes my state of shutting down into back into flow. But I wanted to speak um, into the number one joy killer. The number one joy killer for us as women, and the topic around feminine mastery this week is really understanding. Oh, you left your camera for a minute. Understanding our power and understanding who we are and understanding all sides of us and honoring all sides of us and using it to create the life that we desire, like mastering our femininity to create everything that we desire. And so the number one joy killer that people don't really understand, and so I really want you to like tap into this, is expectation. And the second that you have expectations in any area of your life, and I'd say it's judgment, it's expectation, but it's having a preconceived decision of the way that something, like, you want to control the outcome to be exactly how you want it to be, and you leave zero room for fun and flow and possibility and creativity or opportunity. And so when you're in expectation, you're actually in scarcity. It has to be that way, or it's not enough, or it's not good enough, or it has to fit. It's not abundant of like, it's not coming in possibility. It is a scarce. It is a joy killer. It is scarcity. The number one. So just to reiterate, the number one joy killer is having an expectation on an outcome the way that it has to be, needing it to be perfect, because the second it doesn't meet it to your expectation, to your spec, the second, you could be like, I want to have a pet. This is just want to be funny a little bit, but I want to have a pet dinosaur, or I want to have an amazing pet, or like a dinosaur. I want a dinosaur, and like, but I'm open. Like, if there is another pet that comes into my life that's not a dinosaur, like, I don't know, that might be equally, if not better than what I think that I want. But I really want a pet dinosaur because it's purple and it's loving and it's kind and it's generous and it wants to hang out with me and it's fun. um and so I'm gonna go. I was really trying to be funny. I'm not sure if I can pull this around, but I'll try. um and then, out of nowhere, Cindy calls me and she's like, I just have this most amazing little dog that I just found that I heard lives two streets away from you. You need to go see it. And I see this little dog, and it's divine intervention. And I'm like, oh my God, I love this dog so much. And I'm cool. I actually, maybe I don't want the dinosaur right now because I want to pour into this dog. And also maybe I want the dinosaur in the future. But it, it I my point case in point is I didn't have an expectation that the dinosaur needed to be purple and 5'7", 5'11", and
Wow.
and
That would be a very large pet to take care of. I'm just saying. Um,
I'll bring it back though. So the killer, the number one joy killer is expectation. And Cindy talked about this yesterday, about it needing to look perfect, or it needing to look exactly, you're frozen exactly how you want it to be, and leaving no room for expansion and abundance. It's like this mindset. I wrote this down today. Ladies, you're still frozen. That's all right.
uh-uh.
Um,
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'll read this. The secret is removing doubt and replacing it with possibility, and not shifting into expectation. So before in doubt, it was, this is going to be really hard. There's no good men, there's no money, there's no clients, you already have a expectation that you're right. There's nothing there. It's not going to work. Or you need to be right. You have an expectation, you have a judgment, you're stern and rigid, and you're thinking about something, as opposed to coaching yourself into feminine of possibility and expansion and letting people, opportunities show up for you because you know what you want, but it can look and come in a variety of different ways. So, do you want to talk into that for a minute?
Sure.
Cool.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Yeah?
Yes, I could.
Okay.
Now I can. So speaking into possibility versus and like having fun and creating joy and being the leader of joy as opposed to the spectator, expectant, like the strong. It's
Yeah.
got to be.
You know, expectations lead to disappointment, right? They just there's something else. There's a saying around that. It's um it's like comparison too. Comparison is the thief of joy. So is expectations. So when you're comparing yourself or you're expecting what needs to be like X, Y, or it needs to look like, um, you know, these people on TV or whatever you think, um, then you're not going to open yourself up to the joy in what the connection or what it is you're creating, right? Like, and you're not going to be present to the fact that, oh, I really loved that this man that I went out on a date with, he you know, he asked if he could order for me. And then he took the liberty to order something else because he was asking me the kinds of things that I liked. And I just felt so cared for. Right. But, but if there are other things that were not fully aligned with you, we can easily not look at that. So if something happens where they're not fully aligned, it means there's a desire underneath that. So instead of going, well, I didn't like XYZ, he's not my guy, boom, end of story. Instead, you look at the growth like, oh man, he did this and this and that. And, you know, and I'm going to focus in on feeling really cared for. What do I want more of? Feeling really cared for. Maybe the guy talked the whole time about himself, or he was really loud to the wait staff and it felt a little, bit much. So the desire underneath there would be maybe to be with a guy that was a little more gentle and kind to the wait staff like he was towards you. So in so it's like allowing yourself to be open to the possibilities of what's showing up for you without the attachment of what it looks like. Like Missy was saying, instead of a dinosaur, I'm open to this dog, right? It's kind of like people have things narrowed down, like the exact breed of dog they want, which I get that because you can narrow down to, what types of qualities in a partner that really speak to you and really resonate with you. Um, so and things that make you feel connected to your partner, loved, appreciated, seen, right? If you start thinking about those things, then you're open to what else could happen.
Mhm.
Um, so I have this feeling that many of you guys are on here and you might be listening, or you're listening to this later going, yeah, this is great, you guys. But what about this? What about there are, no men in my town, or I live in a small mountain town, or I'm, I don't know how I'm going to create a the freedom that I really desire. Well, great. Listen up, because Missy's going to give you some great next steps tomorrow on simple things that you can do to open yourself up and make an impact and create money. She'll give you steps. Now, the the challenge is, are you willing to step into it? Are you willing to be brave and open up to what the possibilities are for you within that? Same thing with love. If you open up a dating app and you're like, oh, here we go again, and you're going to get men that don't feel aligned, disconnected. You're going to see that. But if you open it up with wonderment, possibility, openness, love, you're going to connect more with men that are like that as well. So if you have a limiting belief, I want you to grab one. Just say, maybe the limiting belief is I can't meet the kind of man that I desire to meet. Okay. Then I want you to decide, or, I don't even know where to start. Then I want you to replace that with something else. Love is everywhere. I trust myself in love, whatever. Replace that with the positive. Okay. And then I'm going to walk you through a little script that is neurolinguistic programming, which will shift where that original limiting belief came from. And it will help. It's kind of like a domino effect. It will help a myriad of other limiting beliefs because it's attached to other things. So once you clear that belief, and you will feel a difference, then what is, open yourself up to reflection of what's been working well for me, what hasn't been working well for me, what am I committed to opening myself up today to do. Maybe it's getting online and finding that date this week. Maybe it's saying yes to the guy that's been asking you out. Maybe it's, maybe it's making 5 offers, whatever it is. Okay, you've got your limiting belief. Good. I'm excited for you. So go ahead, close your eyes. I always like people to close their eyes because this is the easiest way to do it. So, is it all right for your unconscious mind to release this belief today and for you to be aware of it consciously? Good. Great job. What is the root cause of this problem? The first event, which when disconnected will cause the problem to disappear. If you were to know, was it before, during, or after your birth? Good. Was it passed down to you genealogically, or was it a past life? Figure that out. How many lifetimes ago? How many generations ago? Great. Get your time frame. Excellent. Now I want you to go up above your timeline into the past and directly into the event. And I want you to notice what emotions are present there. And notice notice a decision that was made at that time too. Good, good. You're doing great. And then I want you to float float back up above your timeline into the past, well before any of the chain of events that led to that event happened, and ask yourself, what is anything positive I learned? You want to make sure they're positive, because these learnings, you can take a minute and just write them down. The learnings will allow you to let go of the emotions easily and effortlessly. It could be, I'm safe, I'm open, I'm happy, I'm abundant, I'm free, anything. I'm ready for love. And then, good, good. Now, what I would like for you to do is check in and notice, are the emotions there or have they disappeared? Okay. So then what I'm going to ask you to do is float way, way, way high up into the sky. So high up, so far back, you're in the clouds and you're literally surrounded by light and love and angels. Good. When you get there, you should just feel peace and neutrality. You should just feel cared for. Excellent. Good. So now what I would like for you to do is float back down into the event and check in. Where are those emotions? Gone? Good, good. And if you need to, you can float back up above your timeline, way, way, way high up again. And then I'm going to invite you to go back to your timeline above the event and float back to now. And when you come back to now, allow all the events between then and now to reevaluate themselves in light of your learnings, in light of your new choices. And then I'm going to invite you to ask your unconscious mind as you come back to now to allow you to notice at least 3 or more events where you could have decided that new decision that you made, just fill in the blank, was true. But because of the decision that we just deleted, you didn't notice the possibility, and now you can. So float all the way back to now. And when you come back to now, get back into your body and open your eyes. Good, good. So then, how do you feel about that old belief? Gone? Pretty powerful stuff. And then you can test it too. So if you were to go out to the future, to an unspecified time in the future where something like this could happen again, that it could challenge your belief, notice how you feel. And you might find that you feel neutral, or you just are like, yeah, no, I'm empowered now. That just wasn't the right decision for me.
Mhm.
Excellent. Good job, guys. So utilizing this can is a supportive way to help remove beliefs. You can actually do it around procrastination too. I have a, a process that can support you around procrastination, around things that are looming. But our mind is really, really powerful. And it's when you're willing to reframe it, when you're willing to open up, then you're able to create the um, the shifts that you desire. So our mind and our heart is like a magnet. It's going to attract what we focus on. So my invitation to you this week is to be really mindful. I see a lot of people in this group going, oh, I'm doing my meditation. It opened me up this morning. Great. That will help you to stay more present and grounded and connected to your vision of what you're creating. So do action, um, take an action step today and then let go of the outcome. An action, let go of the outcome. And be open for surprise, be open to and curious around what is happening. And that's part of your reflection. So at the end of the day, reflect. How did it go? How much closer am I? What could I do? What could I have done better? And this is not in a way of making yourself wrong. I really want you to hear this. What what are areas that I did great? Okay, what am I committed to tomorrow? How can I set myself up to be open and in flow and showing up
Mm.
powerfully in my feminine, letting go of the outcome and still opening up to the possibility? Anything you want to add?
I just want to give them their exercise for today,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think I like our role. We play a role in receiving. We play a role in what we want, and it goes back to the beginning when we talked about, did you decide to show up and play with the video and exercise on day one? Um, coming back, what was your intention in coming into this and looking at, how did I play? How am I showing up to play the game, to play this, like, to experience my dating life, to experience my love or relationship, to experience my business. We're talking, the topic of feminine mastery is so rich and diverse, but it really comes back to leading with love and leading in possibility, and getting yourself to continue to lead in possibility and lead in love and fun and lead it from abundance, so that you can actually allow everything and all of the magic to come in. So in order for us to keep propelling forward, we decided that the exercise that will be most impactful today as your takeaway is to write down 20, what do we say, 22,
22.
20,
22 for the year
22,
22.
22 powerful mantras about something living in possibility. So Cindy spoke about it earlier. I am, what did you say, I trust, well, I'll just make some of them up real quickly. I am a magnet for love, and I am a magnet for abundance and opportunities. I create magic everywhere I go. I am a beautiful powerhouse. I am confident and giving and loving. Whatever those are, 22 power mantras. Um, Driven from love, that are all positive, living in possibility of your highest possibility and who you really are from your heart. And post them in the group. So 22 powerful, beautiful mantras that are you possibility, and post them in the group so we can all read them and get to know you and hold you there. That's all I had to say.
Awesome. That was great. So 22 mantras, 22 amazing mantras of living in possibility. You could say, I create, I'm committed to 22. I invite you to put them in the group so we can support you in who you are and what you're creating, and support you to feel accomplished and winning this week.
And then watch your vibration just raise and see what happens after you write the 22 and you post them, and what you create. Just watch. I challenge that. Watch what shifts in what
Mhm.
you receive when you put that down and spread it and share it. So we got day 3 tomorrow. Cindy, I love you. And I love you guys.
Love you too. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.